Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by, some of our guests, but we got a more important special guest tonight that I didn't tell these two about, and that is the Dune Fleshlight, the new mascot of Flesh Wound.
Dan, we're not having your pocket pussy as our mascot. I'm just telling you now.
Look at how beautiful this is. You guys are getting one, right?
It's all right. We shamed a guy when he was buying yesterday.
Really?
we saw some guy buying him, and Bobby Holland was like, "Yeah," and he was like,
"Who wouldn't buy this? This is awesome." Awesome. This is like cutting.
You know what's funny? Dan's gonna store his fleshlight inside of it, so it's.
Did it come with spice?
You have to provide your own spice.
Oh, no, thank you.
Man, you should have saw Dan with the butter topping at the theater.
Oh, it was annoying. So, like, I'm not a popcorn guy. I will eat like caramel corn, but I'm not like a buttery popcorn guy. So, it came with it, and
you can tell them not to put it in there. That's what I do every time.
Oh, they don't put it in the bucket. I was like, at first, I was like, oh, please don't put it in the goddamn bucket.
No, you tell them, don't fucking put it in the bucket. I'll take it on the side.
Well, so I like just take the popcorn with me, and as I'm trying to get a selfie of my beautiful
new girlfriend,
Dune flesh.
It's called Dan's Valentine.
I spilled the popcorn, so I'm 100%.
Dan's meat paws cannot hold things
with this.
100% Dan is.
Yeah, like if you consider yourself people, yeah,
people and hat men.
Fuck what you want as long as it's consensual, Mr. McMahon.
I'm sorry.
But I got that. I went to see Zone of Interest, which I know we're not reviewing tonight, but I will say.
You were rooting for the home team?
You brought it up on the main show, dumbass.
That was fucked up. But I will say about that movie, it's not a war movie as you're thinking of it. You're following the commandant's family that they live right next to Auschwitz. And you don't really see the atrocities. There's scenes where it's just like there's kids just playing in the river.
I swear to God, you are playing with fire. Because if my brain's wanting to say stuff, Pug's is ready to fuck you up. So you probably.
I'm just saying,
move on. It
is an experience, and it is a wonderful, wonderful movie. You don't
Pug,
see any of the atrocities.
I'm sure. I'll be in your area Sunday morning.
Everybody should check it out. It's not graphic. It's just stirring, really stirring. There's, I won't give it away, but there's, you'll be hearing a lot about that as we do our Oscar stuff. I'll just say so yeah. Got my popcorn bucket. Saw a great movie, and
dropped your popcorn.
Yeah, it's been a good week.
Producer Todd and Bug Shredder here too, by the way. I think we never got to that because Dan got excited about introducing us to his girlfriend.
Right.
The popcorn bucket.
What have you named
Valentine's Day? Yeah.
I don't know. The worms in Dune don't have names.
They don't?
What should we name it? The chat can vote on the popcorn bucket name.
Fake Rusa.
Just
he's doing all this talk, and we both know he named it Zendaya. I mean, why are we even pretending?
Come on, play vote,
man. Chat, you get to vote on the official Flesh Wound mascot. What shall?
Well, you know what Cliff's got to say. I mean,
Cliff's vote doesn't count.
He's already.
Looks like a full scale mold of Farouz's butthole. Oh, that's what it is.
That's why Dan. Makes more sense.
Jesus.
Could have been a black hole sun.
Where's the skeleton? I bet it fits right in.
Not cool. But yeah. What have you guys been up to? How are you enjoying your Valentine's week?
My independence awareness, singles awareness. I'm fucking doing great.
There you go. Single too.
Is it this week? It's next week, dumbass. next Wednesday.
Yeah.
We should actually go over what we're doing.
It's next Wednesday. That means we better do some.
I may have to pre-record or something. Yeah.
We're falling on Valentine's Day, are we? Okay, I didn't know that. Sweet. Well, what are we doing? We gotta.
I don't know. Well,
Brian
we may not have Pugs, so we could do a Tuesday and then a Wednesday watch along. There we go. Booking on the fly.
Brian Trash, what's up? Says Poppy Cornhole. I like Poppy.
Okay. Poppy for short works.
You're disgusting, Dan. Anyway, what are we here to talk about? Todd, how was your week?
Pretty good. Can't talk about much, but
okay. Cool. Ugh.
Yeah, you got a good one.
Subjective perspective collective says flesh wound meow. That made me uncomfortable. Good job. Like Christina P from your mom's house. She calls it a meow. It's a pussy.
She's not as funny as the husband. I hate to say that.
She's female. Come on.
No,
she's fucking hilarious, dude. Fucking Christina P's funny, but yeah, Segura is one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah. I mean, she's funny on the podcast.
Her stand-up's funny too, but she wanted to call her last special My Struggle, not realizing where that was from. Tom had a fucking field day with it. He's like, "Are you fucking serious right now?"
Yeah, I don't know. That's not going to go over too well. I do.
Well, it didn't. It didn't being called something else, but they had a good fucking 3-minute run with it. It was fucking great.
Who's your favorite modern comedian? That was the conversation.
Probably Anthony Jeselnik.
Okay, it's a good pick. Yeah. How about you, Todd? I guess I say modern, just anybody that's come along.
Yeah, I don't I try to watch new stuff. I still just watch Chappelle.
Matt Strife is fucking hilarious.
Which one?
Matt Strife.
Dan told me to watch one. I thought it was really lame. I can't remember what it was.
I don't think it was Matt Strife. Do you know who Matt Strife is, Dan?
I think so.
The one that Lisa Ann got arrested or detained at his show. Do you guys see that?
Yeah. How do you arrest Sarah Palin, the definitive Sarah Palin? How do you do that?
They nailed Palin. They were just living up to the name.
They knew the gimmick.
Yeah. That's fucking hilarious, though. She would claim that she was just checking her phone or something, but at his shows, you can't bring your phone out. But I don't think you needed to call the cops.
I was gonna say, how did that devolve into her going to jail, or were they just?
She didn't go to jail. She just 45 minutes detained. That's the funny fucking story for Matt. Now he's got new material he needs it. Mark Norman's fucking hilarious. If he doesn't know who he is.
What about Tim?
What was that? What was
Tim
that
Dillon's
show? What was that show you had me watch, or maybe it was Kruger, but the one with, or maybe we just watched the one with Flair on, where he acts.
Kill Tony. Yeah, all those guys are funny.
I saw they were on one of the murder shows I was watching. One of the dudes who was on there ended up killing somehow.
Nah,
they were showing footage from Kill. I was like, hey, I know this show.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah. That's where. Yeah, so you've seen Mark Norman, you've seen Shane Gillis and Ari Shaffir. All those guys are fucking funny as hell. Yeah.
Zombie like Jeff Dunham. I actually saw him live. Yeah. Took my kid. Better live than on his stand-ups, I will say that.
Yeah, I'm not a big Dunham guy. I don't know the puppet humor. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big prop comedian fan. Although, go figure, I did see Carrot Top years ago.
I loved me some fucking Gallagher. But is that a prop comedian?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I guess, you're right. But
I mean, go back and listen to a Gallagher stand-up. He's not great. That's very much.
Well, I just found out they're all on Tubi, so I will be doing a Gallagher.
I did not realize that. That's going to happen.
And I believe it has the full uncut stuck in the 60s, or at least it has the full length, because the one on Anchor Bay was butchered because of the music. So it was 20 minutes instead of 60 or something like that.
A random older comedian that I think should be bigger, Kevin Brennan. He's a peer of Dave's old porno, Dave Attell. They're neck and neck. He's the only one I know that talks shit to Dave Attell.
Attell is top 5 all time.
Yeah. Attell's your comedian's favorite comedian. Your favorite comedian's favorite
Yeah.
comedian. That dude should be like selling arenas and shit. He's just too hard on himself. Self-sabotager.
Speaking of hard-ons, Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.
Fuck
yeah.
That's the dad.
Ghost dad himself.
For life.
Wouldn't it be funny if Cosby just closed out his career just like going like full on like just filthy? Yeah, he just like,
you just lean into that lane. Fuck yeah. Remakes fucking Fat Albert as a
he comes out with the crack pipe, but he's just like, so I was gotten my dick sucked last week. It's just like
she was awake this time.
I'll have to find you guys the clip. There's one with I think it was Cameron's interview, but he has OJ on. And so they're talking about like, coming up hard. And like OJ is like flexing. I'm like, come on, motherfucker.
You're not fooling anybody here, dude. My favorite quote of his is when he got arrested and he said, "What are all these N-words doing here to the police?" I'm like, freaking egg. yeah. That's funny. Yeah, anyway.
And it's funny because there's a part in the interview where you can see like Cameron kind of remembers like what OJ did. Like he's like, oh yeah.
It's a little weird doing a segment with a guy that nearly cut a woman's head off. It's gotta like occur to you. It's like that's
allegedly.
No, he's not. He lost the civil suit,
Yeah,
so I don't think you have to say
not a criminal.
Yeah,
Didn't do
I know,
time.
but I don't hear anybody
one day I've been going through all of my shit. As soon as I can find, it's like a rap song that like only ever came out on tape. Can't even find it on YouTube. It's called "OJ Didn't Do It." It is hysterical. Find it. We will
upload that. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Reaction.
But I was gonna start shitting on civil because that's the whole McMahon thing. I'm like, oh, that's why you're going there first, because you don't need you only need to be half sure. It's not like a criminal case where you got to be all the way sure. Fucking money hungry shithead, whatever.
She's gonna get paid. I don't know what else.
She can go after him several fucking times this route. So yeah, I no longer believe a lot of her story. But anyway,
we got Red Fox, Richard Pryor, Rodney Dangerfield. Yeah,
Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah. Rodney Dangerfield's up there. That's a legitimately funny guy.
Yeah,
like that. He doesn't even need to prepare anything. I'd throw out Don Rickles as a guy. Way ahead of his time, genuinely funny.
But we're 15 minutes off topic, so maybe we should.
We are, but our first movie tonight is a horror comedy, so it makes sense, and that is Lisa Frankenstein, which was the latest AMC Scream Unseen that we got to check out Monday, right? Yeah. All right. So we saw it Monday from director Zelda Williams, daughter of Robin Williams, and writer Diablo Cody.
Did not know that. Damn it.
I didn't either.
Yeah. So this film, a coming of rage love story about a teenager and her crush who happens to be a rotting corpse. After a set of horrific circumstances bring him back to life, the two embark on a journey to find love, happiness, and a few missing body parts. So going into Lisa Frankenstein, of course, that was one of only a couple choices of what this could have been, really. So I was curious. Wasn't too sure if this would be a little too on the YA side for me, especially modern young adult stuff. It's like it's so dumb, and I don't like that. And I have to say, pleasantly surprised overall. I didn't despise the characters or the kids. I didn't want to punch any of the kids. It helped that there weren't a lot of them in the theater. It was mostly an older audience, which was nice. So
you lucked out on that, because if you would watch this tomorrow, you'd have a different crowd.
I think it would be a different crowd. I know that Diablo Cody says this takes place in the same universe as Jennifer's Body, but from what I remember, very different film. So if you think it's exactly like Jennifer's body, don't worry. I don't remember it being that way. It has a strong Heathers vibe, which for me is a good thing because I love Heathers. It's very derivative. Like I will throw that out there. I mean, the Tim Burton influence is so heavy. Cole Sprouse is essentially doing Johnny Depp.
See, I disagree with that. See, I think he's doing what's his name from Hocus Pocus.
Oh, I guess I can see
Billy?
that too, but
thank you, Billy. I see Billy there, but I get
Depp.
Doug Jones, yeah.
But I also think there was a little bit of Johnny Depp in that performance too. But yeah, I don't see. You've said Johnny Depp a few times, and I don't get where that.
You know where it
he has
also
long
comes
black
from?
hair.
Well, the actress Catherine Newton also looks a little bit like Helena Bonham Carter, at least how she's made up in this movie. So it was hard to not see it. Now again, part of that is Cole Sprouse just looking like Johnny Depp. I mean, that's just so it'll remind you of a lot of things. My Boyfriend's Back.
Fuck yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, it felt like this movie was made in 1993. Which is a good thing. It's nothing particularly original. I mean, the movie is the movie you see in the commercial. They get away with quite a bit for just double checking, but I believe PG-13 rating. They play around.
Agree to disagree on that though, Dan. The PG-13 rating is pretty much as long as you don't have sex or say fuck too many times. You can get away with anything, pretty much. Have you not seen how many bodies are in a Marvel movie? They do Jason to shame. I'm just saying.
There's a douche joke. There's a castration gag. There's a lot of things that I thought would push it into R-rated territory. It's a little more edgy than I was expecting.
I'll give you that, but I don't think it's near an R. The modern PG-13 rating's a joke.
It stretches it a little bit, but I love Heathers. This is something I really enjoyed it this time. If I saw it when I was a young teen, I'd probably love it even that much more. I just thought it was a really good time. A really, really good time. The cast had chemistry. Cole Sprouse, if you're not familiar, was the little boy in Big Daddy with Adam Sandler. So good to see him getting.
He wipes his own ass.
He wipes his own ass.
What was his name in? What did he want to be called in Big Daddy? Frankenstein. Perfect.
There you go. And now he's Frankenstein's monster. So, I think people are going to really like this one. I think it's going to be popular, and I'm curious to see as everybody kind of gets to experience it this weekend, right? You don't have to wait long.
Yes, correct. I know it's funny because everything you're saying echoes what I was saying from the trailer. Just like I've been saying, this movie's going to have a wide appeal, and that was obvious from the trailer that this movie's going to do solid this weekend. It's on a lower budget, so it doesn't need to, it needs to perform solid, and I think it will. There's no competition this weekend.
Starting Wednesday there is.
What's Wednesday?
Madam Web.
Okay, there's no competition.
Excuse me, America's Sweetheart, Sydney Sweeney, and Dakota Johnson. I know I'm spending my fucking Valentine's Day.
Well, I get it. I already have my ticket booked, but that movie's gonna flop hard. I don't see it not.
Sydney Sweeney's gonna save it, dude.
You know what? There is a possibility, but I also think her other movie's going to perform very well still that weekend.
Because the movie's fucking awesome.
It has legs. Theater owners are saying that's what's making them money.
You say Dakota Johnson, unless Spider-Man comes out in a gimp mask and starts whipping her, I don't think that makes any difference. So,
well, yeah, Sydney Sweeney.
But Dan, you hate all superhero stuff, so it doesn't matter what you think. Your point is.
But does that look particularly good for a superhero
I've already
movie?
said yeah.
It's fine.
See, I didn't even when I first saw the trailer, I didn't know it was a superhero movie. I'm interested in the story that there is.
That's cool. It might do again. There's not like a million things out, so
I actually like the Sony Marvel movies. They're just kind of what they are. Like I like the Venom movies. They're fun. Yeah, I don't know. There's something different about them. And
gonna define Sydney Sweeney. I'm telling you.
I love her.
I hope I'm wrong, but I just don't. Yeah.
So Yeah, were you a Diablo Cody fan, Todd? I don't even remember what you thought of like Jennifer's Body.
I didn't watch Jennifer's Body till like quarantine, so I did like it. I mean, but what else is he? Or yeah, they done?
Diablo Cody's a they them?
No, I just don't. I don't. Is it a dude or a chick? I don't know.
It's a chick.
I just okay.
Yeah,
I thought so, but I didn't want to go wrong.
I think she's a she, as far as I know. Well, she got an Oscar for young adult, I believe, or at least.
Okay, yeah. See, I didn't like that.
Was it? I think no, it was the other one.
Juno was what.
Okay.
That
was
Lady Bird. Wasn't that her too?
No, she didn't. Dan asked me that too, and I'm like, let me double check. But I
don't think. But
it feels
she wrote
like
Lady. Yeah, Lady Bird feels like a Diablo Cody movie, but it's not. That's not. But I mean, just back to Lisa Frankenstein though. If you like movies like even like something like Boltneck or like I said, My Boyfriend's Back.
You sold me with that, dude. I fucking love My Boyfriend's Back.
Yeah,
the only big criticism with it is again derivative. You've seen it all. It's bits and pieces of all.
Well, I mean, look at the director. I mean, their parent was known for stealing their material. So
he paid most of them, though.
There's a scene in a bedroom, Pugs, and I'll just leave it at that. Just the way they did
Terrifier
it. Honestly, for a dude, it's probably just as horrific as Terrifier 2. But it goes a little bit. I really thought that this was going to be light and fluffy. At least it had some funny gags. So I had a good time.
You're talking about with the bedroom scene with the poor guy. That was fucked up.
The reactions too, because obviously it doesn't show it, but with the silhouette and then just the look on the face and everything.
We're talking about different bedroom scenes.
Different bedroom scenes. Okay. You'll enjoy it. Also, the dad from Stranger Things, who I think that guy is just always going to play the dad from Stranger Things in everything that he's in now.
Which dad?
Character names. The dorky dad that like is never raises his voice. He just does what the mom wants. Glasses. I can't think of the actor's name. I can't help you.
Look at it right now. They all look.
That's funny.
All I see is was it Dale? Joe Crest? I don't know. I just see a white people.
He is.
Jesus Christ, they all look alike. Oh wait, I'm allowed to say it for them.
He is.
I did not notice how white this cast is until I'm looking at the IMDb.
Well, not the sister. The sister's not.
Oh, don't be that. Oh, they got one black friend. Knock it off, Dan.
I didn't say that. She was of Asian.
What was she, Dan?
Asian, I believe.
I just wanted to say
There.
That was the white person. Well, there was one of them. It was okay.
God damn, Todd. Everything's about that, Todd. God damn it. So, yeah, you'll have a good time. What do I rate it?
I guess I'm done talking about it.
Yeah, you've only chimed in a little bit. What say you, Todd?
Go for it.
No, I didn't have much yet. I just had to give him shit because he does that to me all the time. Yeah, no, I agree with Dan. It's fun. I think it's worth checking out of the theaters. Yeah.
It made me laugh.
Is it gonna? You think it's gonna have a cult following?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Be like Hot Topic friendly and shit like that.
Yeah. It could kind of just disappear like Warm Bodies though too. You never know.
I kept thinking Warm Bodies would be one of those movies like 10 years down the line.
Well, maybe
has it been 10 years yet?
Yeah, it's been 10.
Yeah.
It's Born to Be Red's in the house. Says sup, dudes driving home from work. Glad to finally catch a live show. Drive safe, buddy.
To the road.
Drive safe. Hope you're doing well, Garrett.
2 and 10.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Dan?
3.5 stars for me.
I'm way higher, but that's not surprising. I'm a 4.5 on this one. I really did enjoy it.
Out of 5. Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go. There you go. You might see Hot Topic merch for this, but I don't want that to sway you because sometimes that's not always a good thing. But this is
always
not
good
always a bad thing either. Yeah.
Because his opinion may change in a week.
I always have a finger on the pulse of the youth, Todd.
Yeah, we know, but you've been told not to.
I know
You do it
Warned.
yourself, Dan.
I know what young people like. God damn it.
Dan, these are things you need to stop saying. It just doesn't sound right.
All right. Moving
Happy
on.
Valentine's Day.
Everybody's mind in the fucking gutter, as per usual. Sad when I'm the classy one on the podcast. But all right. So let's talk some
The dog said, fuck
Tubi
you are.
with our I don't even but he hears like fucking dogs.
Okay,
upstairs and he's got a
groomer.
bar. Now see
He was agreeing with me. He said,
And
yep.
now he's choking. So
Oh,
there
well,
you go.
Well, go help him.
Yeah.
He's not choking. I'd
Oh.
stop the show if he was choking. All right. So our next movie from Tubi, shut the fuck up.
All right,
is
hold on.
Guess
I need to
Who.
censor. Let's do this. Okay.
Guess Who. And in Guess Who from director Amelia Moses.
Bernie
follow
Mac is back. Pranked. Anyway.
We follow a family. A family visit turns deadly when a psychotic killer hiding behind an unusual tradition called mummering shows up with one target in mind. So you laugh at that. This mummering is a real thing. In fact, it's not big in the US, but it's big in Pennsylvania, apparently.
Is that not in the US?
In general, I just said Pennsylvania is like kind of like the one place I found where they do it.
Fucking franchises going around.
It's kind of a tough one because you know you're inviting strangers to just show up at your in your house. Like that's kind of a weird one to try and do nowadays.
Yeah,
but
I would not participate in this bullshit.
Yeah, there's a reason they don't do this shit in Long Beach.
Yeah, I don't think mummering's gonna catch on. So this is actually from the filmmakers behind the Terror Train Tubi movies, which
that checks out.
Well, I'll tag you in first, Pugs. I'm curious what you thought of Guess Who. Not the Bernie Mac movie. I just got that too. It took me a while.
It was
It
you
took me
didn't.
a while.
The prank
It's his
didn't get you?
daughter. Come on, Dan. She broke up with Ashton, and now she's.
Ashton, yes, I saw that one too in theaters. But
Have you seen the original one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Long
Which did
time
you like
ago.
better, Dan?
I can't even tell you. It's been too long.
You're like, I don't care as long as they're not coming to my dinner.
Guess who's not coming in? Boom.
That's fucked up.
we're all
Pugs,
moving.
what did you think of this movie? Guess Who? Come on.
I'd rather talk about the other movie. That should tell you a little bit about this. But honestly, this one's like just okay. I'm glad it's on Tubi. I'm glad I didn't have to leave the house for it. Solid acting for what they're given. It honestly, I wanted it to go like a Trailer Park Eyes Wide Shut. Like, let's get sexy and weird with it. But instead, they ended up doing like, I don't know, just the generic thing. I wasn't too impressed, but I don't feel like I wasted my time, so that's a positive. I still think their first Terror Train, well, I can't say still think. Right now, I believe their first Terror Train, I think I like more than this one. But this one's right.
One?
I said liked more than this one.
Ooh, okay.
The second one's the one was I was not on board. The first one was okay. This one probably up there with the first. I like the mom. I don't know, something was a little off, but yeah, cool cast, cool looking, weird makeshift costumes. He's like, yeah, poor man's fucking Eyes Wide Shut party. Throwing a little bit of Purge, I guess. I don't know. It was just okay. I can't really recommend going out of your way to watch it, but if you have nothing else to do and you're caught up and you have Tubi, fuck yeah, press play. And if all that is not on the table, then you can spend your time doing something else. It looks fine.
How about you, Todd?
I actually liked it way more than I expected, but my bar has been, it's the Tubi bar. It was at the very bottom because I didn't like either of the Terror Trains at all. But This one I felt was a step above. I thought the storyline was cool. I liked what the characters, and I liked the whole mummering gimmick. I mean, it's something different we haven't really seen in anything else. So that kept my interest going, and this one it just worked for me. I mean, it has that, I don't want to say Tubi look, but it does. It feels cheap, but they're
shot better than most Tubi original stuff I've seen.
It's lit better.
Well, Tubi original stuff or stuff Tubi's there's a difference too.
Well, I mean, they're stepping up their game where the devil roams.
Yeah, but that's still a pickup though too.
That's
I love that movie.
I know you do, but that's not that's in a different league. Like I wouldn't compare that to a Tubi. Even I know like they bought it, but it's not Tubi original.
Yeah.
Well, they bought this too, in fairness.
I think they produced this. There's a difference.
Maybe they did. Yeah.
But this is more palatable than fucking Where the Devil's Roam.
You know what? So I really liked the first portion of the movie where we're just kind of like, okay, we're going into this mysterious town. I was like, oh shit, okay, this is much better than most Tubi originals I've seen. The problem with this movie is...
Hold on. Indie Phantom. Tubi or not Tubi? Good job there.
The problem with this movie is it feels like 3 or 4 movies in one. Like they cram it together. So, I mean, we have this masked killer running around the trailer park, which I like the setting too. I thought the mom is sort of the unofficial head of this trailer park community. I thought that was really cool. I thought all the actors, certainly the mom and the couple, I thought they were great. Like there was nothing that came off as amateur hour with their performances. I thought they were really good. But once we kind of drop the slasher portion of it, like that just is kind of jettisoned. In fact, it took me a minute. I was like, oh, okay, so that person's the killer. Like it's a little confusing too. It gets really muddled as we kind of get our first big twist in the movie and it becomes more of a thriller. So I think a lot of people are going to vibe more with the slasher portion that the movie just decides it's not going to be towards the end. It's muddled. The story's a little muddled, and it's a shame because again, when it's good, it's actually a solid film, but it does kind of lose its way, unfortunately. But I could see some people liking this. I really could. I could see people enjoying it. I thought it was really dumb when one character sets themselves on fire. That felt like
that whole sequence was... See, I think that's probably why I had fun, because that second half when it gets like when it changes gears, it's a little over the top, and I think that entertained me.
Yeah, the ending,
just like when the dad shows that whole sequence. I was like, what?
Yeah, the action. There's like one character that gets hit by a car that could totally avoid it. There was a lot of things that kind of fell apart at the end for me, but it's not all bad. For me, it was a huge step up from Terror Train. So unfortunately, it's watchable, but beyond that, I don't know. You might like it more. I wish they'd focused more on the mummering a little bit more. Like kind of really turn that into a gimmick. Maybe get a new slasher Tubi franchise going. But...
So, regarding the mummering, is it really like you just get the rags and random shit to cover yourself up with, or do you actually go all fucking Wrathchild and like
some of it looked pretty elaborate that I saw footage for the real.
We received the trailer park version.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do I give this one? I can't quite go. I got
it first if you want.
No, I'm just giving it a 2. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I liked it more than you. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5.
Okay.
I liked it more than you. I'm gonna give it a 3.
Oh, okay.
So
there you go. It's on Tubi. So you know, you don't have to get off your couch to see it, so you might want to give it a whirl.
But you probably would want to stand up and get off the couch for a second, at least.
Might. It depends.
Move around, stretch your legs.
Long day. Maybe you don't want to stretch your legs. Maybe you just want to hang out on the couch. I watched it with Quirk. He didn't seem to like it. So,
Zombie was asking if Quirk's ever been on screen.
Yeah, I've shown Quirk on screen.
Zombie. Tubi is secretly funded Vince sex trade. Nice.
I don't know that they could. Tubi probably couldn't pay off his NDA money.
Right there.
I don't know. That's like, man, I don't know.
Will Greenlight Terror Train 3 and 4 and give you all the proceeds?
We could have a Terror Train every month if we wanted to. We could crank them out and still.
There's your Tubi slasher franchise, Dan.
Terror Train 2. We just make it in. We put Vince on the train. He's like a perverted old man that is just murdering and then shitting on people.
He just goes around going toot toot.
I think Dan just booked a great feature.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I got the McMahon mask. They made it white.
Oh, there's got to be some Mr. McMahon stuff this Halloween. Oh, fuck.
Oh, you just pricked me up. Oh my God, I got McMahon figures. Oh shit, it's getting repainted.
If you can work the shit portion into that somehow, I don't know how you would do it.
Buy some rubber shit and carry it around. Throw it at people.
Yeah, there. Get out of
my way.
Put your pants down around your ankles. Yeah.
Just chase like random female guests around the house. I'm not recommending anybody do that. That is bad. Please don't.
You'll see Dan at XPW in his Mr. McMahon costume. Halloween in Hell 5.
If I get the call, Mr. McDan will gladly show up.
He's going to be yelling.
I tell you what, Dan. You go as Mr. McDan, and I will go as the turd. I'm just going to be hugging chicks all night. Pat him on the head.
Oh, what's up, Indy? If I didn't say hi to you, I missed anybody in the chat. Hello,
Indy Phantom. Fact: Copperfield brought me on stage for a Vegas show, but I didn't get to disappear, so I was pissed. I would be too. Fucking guy. I hope a tiger bites your ass.
It escaped from the wrong casino. That'd be some shit.
All right, so moving on to somebody who is definitely not shit. We're gonna talk the Shudder doc. Maybe, I don't know. He could.
At least one of his kids.
I don't know which one we're talking about.
We do have a big question at the end of this too.
Oh yes,
we'll save that for. Fuck it. We'll do it whenever.
All right. The Shudder original documentary, Dario Argento, Panico, just debuted. And in the secluded ambiance of hotel rooms, Dario Argento crafted his greatest cinematic creations, seeking solace from the outside world to delve into his deepest, darkest nightmares. Now he finds himself in a hotel room to return to the very setting that ignited his creative fervor, to include his latest script and participate in an intimate interview, all while being followed by a film crew documenting his life for a movie about his illustrious career. All right, so Dario Argento, Panico. So I should say, first off, this movie will really resonate with creative people, not even just necessarily film, just creative people in general. It's not so much about like deep diving into his films. You know, there's no deep dive into the meaning of Suspiria or Bird with the Crystal Plumage. It's really about the man and kind of the themes of his films and how that may show who the man is. Dario's a guy who exists for art, and you see that in this movie. I mean, that is his existence, his film. I think there's a quote in here where he says, I make film to be loved. It's surprisingly touching.
It's been so mean to him too for all these years. I hope his last film's Dracula 3D too now.
That is an unforgivable sin, but but it does hint at a nastier side of his personality. So it's not all fluff. There's a clip from an old interview he did where he's sitting with Daria Nicolodi, and the question comes up about love. And he just, like, with her sitting right next to him, he starts talking about how pointless love is. And he just starts basically shitting on the concept of love. It's like, wow, okay, you make great films, but you don't really maybe think your words out too much when it comes to.
I thought he was spitting poetry. Speak for yourself.
But I thought this was really well put together. I know it's from the same makers of Fulci for Fake, which I enjoyed, but I do think this is better. There's some sad stuff. That stuff about putting the dresser in front of the window to avoid jumping. I thought that. I was like, oh, wow, that's dark. And, it does kind of run down his films a little bit. There's some backstory on the movies, but this really is just an intimate film about one of our last true horror legends that's still working, and I really enjoyed it a lot. We'll be talking more about it, but I've rambled enough, so tag to whoever wants to go. How did you first become a Dario Argento fan, if you remember?
Actually, when I did not like him at first, just because the first movie I saw of his was Suspiria, and I did not like that movie. I still don't like that movie to this day.
I have a question that wow. I'm going to ask you this. I know you don't like, and I wrote this question down when I was watching it. You don't like Suspiria. Where do you land on the music of Suspiria?
Awesome.
Okay, I was going to say at least that's what I wanted to know. Thank you. Okay, continue.
But I do prefer the remake, and I think he's an executive producer, so he still had his hand in there. But it was really cool to get to spend all this time with him, seeing his creative process, some of the shit he's went through, listening to his daughter. I like her still. Don't care. I just lost my fucking train of thought.
Daughter.
Yeah.
Ozia, I think you were going with.
Yeah. Any fucking way. Spending all that time with this creative mind and seeing how it works, and you see the gears turning in his head, and then it's just him being vulnerable and answering like certain things. A lot of the information had been out there, so it wasn't really like too much new information. But overall, this is really cool. It's on Shudder by all means. Like everyone. Even if you're not a fan of his work, which you're hard pressed to find someone who hates him completely, I do think it's mandatory viewing. I really spending time with a fucking creative person like that, being that vulnerable, like Dan said about the jumping the fucking thing.
It's dark, yeah,
it's dark as fuck. And I don't know, I just appreciated that, and it made me want to watch Suspiria and give it another shot. I don't know if I will, but. It opened. It's I don't know. I got a soft spot in my heart for shit like that. So,
what is like your favorite Argento film?
Opera.
Like or some opera? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Suspiria is not, I guess, for everybody. I think it's a masterpiece, but I think everything he did.
Giallo. I don't believe it is.
No, Suspiria is not a giallo.
For me, it was when I first saw it. It was a boring Dick Tracy. I'm like, these colors are popping. But I don't give a fuck what the hell's going on here.
It's not for everybody. I mean, Argento is not necessarily for everybody. But no, it's not a giallo. Giallo comes from the yellow spine on old pulp crime novels.
Check out There's Always Room for Giallo.
That's not Suspiria.
I did see there's like a new one. Like I can't remember what it was, like a new book, one of the new giallo books. I don't know. It was like Death of an Influencer. I just laughed. I was like, yeah, they still do it, but they're modern now. At least that's fun.
J.G. Michael's asking, does it explore the Aja and Dario relationship or his relationship with Daria?
Very much so. In fact, they also
really.
Yeah, dude, they barely they gloss over it.
well, they very much do go into like those uncomfortable scenes that he had to direct her in, and her.
But it doesn't explain. I don't think
it.
any explanation. They talk about their relationship, but you never really get any insight into it.
She speaks fondly of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there is.
Except for when she went and made her own goddamn movie instead of starring in his.
When she directed The Heart is Deceitful Above All Things, really good movie. You should check it out. She said, like, yeah, they didn't talk for a few years because she was supposed to be in his current film at the time, and he wasn't happy about it. But again, this is a guy that I think loves movies more than anything else. There is, I think, a very humanizing moment in this where she talks about, I think, seeing him cry twice when his dad passed, and just this, I won't spoil it, but just this random breakdown that he had. Well, I think they were going to see the Pope, if I'm not mistaken, unless I'm mixing that up.
I don't remember
digging up some old memories there.
I don't think it had anything to do with that, but well, I don't know. It could get darker, but yeah, I just really enjoyed this because I think for me, Dario Argento, while he certainly had some misses later in his career, at least through the 80s, he was damn near perfect, or his horror certainly was just close to perfect.
Go back to the 70s, motherfucker.
70s and 80s, yeah, 70s through the 80s, I think was perfect. And I liked a lot of later films. I really like Stendhal Syndrome. I know not everybody does.
I'd say that was his last great giallo until his last film. I don't think it's the greatest, but I mean, it was back. It gave us it was back to form, I felt, or at least close enough.
And they do touch upon him navigating those waters of the trying to be a U.S. filmmaker there for a little bit, and Trauma, which is another movie I don't dislike. I mean, it's much lower on the Argento scale, but
the one I would have liked to have gotten a little insight in is Do You Like Hitchcock? Because I really like that one, that later TV movie. Because I mean, obviously, I love Hitchcock and all the
you're a Hitchcock guy, yeah.
I mean, that's one. There's not a lot of information on it. I'd really like to, get a little more insight into that one.
It's too bad that Daria was not still around. I mean, we know the story about her not really getting her proper due for Suspiria, and they talk a little bit about that and how that was a big issue in their relationship, really, up until the day she died. And Asia does talk about that. And yeah, I mean, this guy was. It's that quote from Hitchcock, this Italian is starting to worry me. He really was like as close as you get to the next Hitchcock at the time. And I love the retro footage and just seeing how he was on set and
Dude,
and everything.
Haircut though is driving me fucking nuts. It's like you're Anton Chigurh.
Different fashion of the time, Pugs. I'm sure it was.
But his head is not shaped for that fucking thing. They did you wrong, Mr. Argento.
I thought he was going for the Prince look from Shrek 2.
Lord Farquaad?
Yeah. I do have a complaint about it because I do think it's a wonderful doc, but I was a little surprised that they didn't have any like film scholars, like a Stephen Thrower or somebody like that.
Well, if it was about the man, they wouldn't need them.
And we had
but they have the filmmakers. Well, yeah, they had filmmakers, and that's great. I love hearing.
Like he can be a scholar, dude. Like listen to him and like Nolan speak and Tarantino. They're bored. They don't have the doctrine to say that they are. But I'd rather hear from those guys.
That was interesting. I just felt like you could have had a little more from scholars to really discuss the themes in the movie. That's just a little complaint, but
I didn't mean to sound too defensive. I like Nicholas Rebin though.
I like that. Yeah. Gaspar Noé had some great insight as well. it was cool seeing big filmmakers.
Yeah, I think you'd rather get thems than some fucking little insider. I think they made the right call. Getting
maybe.
those two.
Maybe.
Versus the Hat Man or something.
It is funny when you go back and look, because we do hear from his first wife and talking about how the Michael Brandon actor looked just like him, like a young version of him in Four Flies on Gray Velvet, while Mimsy Farmer resembled his wife.
And that's sometimes you take out your issues in your art. Yeah. It's very common.
And basically splitting up during it. So that's pretty funny. Sort of booked his divorce.
Could have been his plan the whole time.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. So he didn't have to have that conversation. He was like, "Yeah, she'll get the hits."
I also like that they did, because this movie was like just completely ignored for so long, that they at least mentioned 5 days his war comedy. Because for the longest time it was almost impossible to see here in the US. And it's like, yeah, he did try and show that he could be versatile.
And we said no thank you.
But then he comes back with Deep Red, which is one of his best. So he
probably my second favorite. My first being obviously Tenebrae. I've said that a billion times.
I go back and forth. It's so hard with him. I mean,
the music, the murders. Although one of my favorite deaths of his, I know this is in One Plug Hates. I love the opening Suspiria death through the window and the glass and all the blood. That's one of my favorite. But me, I think I'm kind of different. I was kind of in the middle on this. I felt like it was working me too much. It felt like some of it he was putting on airs, and like he's trying to play a character instead of being him. I can feel some honesty a lot of the time, but then there's like parts I'm like, I feel like I'm getting worked.
I don't know. I thought it felt very candid, and I mean, there is a theatrical side to the doc, the smile at the end. And
but he's also foreign.
I hated that. That was just like, this is corny now.
He's foreign, dude. Like that. I don't know. I think
that was on the director though. Whatever.
Did you like Fulci for Fake?
I didn't. That one I was kind of the same. I was in the middle. I didn't dislike it, but that one I had the same issues with that one. So maybe it's just. I don't know.
We need more of Fulci throwing his actresses down the stairs.
Yeah, I don't know. Both of them, I've kind of been a little underwhelmed. I don't know if because I had such high expectations, but both of them kind of fell a little flat for me.
Okay. I don't know. I think I came out of this one. It was actually touching. It was pulling on the heartstrings a little bit at portions. And again, it's not going to hit everybody the same way, but it did for me. I really love this one. I hope it gets a physical release, because I will pick it up, because I'll even revisit it, which that's a sign of a good documentary, because usually once is enough.
See, it's funny too. It's as I've been reorganizing stuff, I've been putting all my horror docs together because I like a good horror doc, and it was after this, and I was like, yeah, I mean, it's not as good as these. That right didn't help it.
Yeah. And like I said, it's too bad that there wasn't some stuff they could have pulled from Daria before her death. I really love to hear more about, because she was supposed to be the lead in Suspiria, and resented not doing it for the rest of her life. And again, she wrote that, and most people really say like there is no Suspiria without Daria Nicolodi. So I would have liked to have dived even more into that, but they do cover it. And if you're a fan, I'd say it's a must see.
Maybe when he goes, they'll dive deeper into that. Not to wish the man a speedy fucking journey, but I'm saying.
I just don't want a Klaus Kinski ending when we're all said and done.
That's a tough one.
I know, but here's before. Do you want to rate it before my question?
Yeah. It touched me. 5. Okay, that's a 5. Yeah.
I am a 4 out of 5.
I'm a 3.5 out of 5. I mean, I still think it's worth watching. It's good, but some of this stuff, it was just like, got me to cringe. Okay, now my question was, because while watching it, I noticed Dan kind of more changed the question when I was talking to him. while watching it, I noticed how much more someone looks like their dad. So the question is, Aja's still bangable, or does she look too much like her dad now?
She's got better hair. I'm still in.
I'm borderline, but she's only got a couple more years.
Oh God, Ozzy.
The older she gets, the more she looks like her dad. If she had bangs, she would look just like her fucking dad.
Okay,
be like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe
I can tell that she's Dario's daughter, but I have zero interest in sticking my dick in Dario Argento. Ozzy is a different story. So I don't think she looks like her.
I bet you if I put a picture of her with that hair, just put it over her.
Now you know who's looking more like her dad? Stephanie McMahon.
And I still would at the moment. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, and I would still do that though.
What if she started smoking
she hasn't gone too
and
far
then
yet.
What if she started smoking and then she sounds like Vince McMahon?
Well, once she already sounds like she's already
she had a raspy fucking whatever.
I wonder if she tells Triple H you're fine.
That's something he can get off.
That's like
maybe
her
that's
sex.
what Vince has to now.
Her sex noises sound like him too. All right.
Yeah. Okay. See, Indies. Oh, whoops, wrong. Asia's on the fringe now, but she was a god. See, that's where I'm at. She's still, but you can tell in a couple more years, she's gonna look like every old Italian woman.
There's some beautiful Sophia Loren.
That's a rare fucking case. Yeah. Her, Sofia Vergara, fucking not just Italian, but older ladies that have no business looking as hot as they do. Catherine Zeta-Jones, Selma Hayek, all those evil bitches.
Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah, another one. Fuck. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna end up in that category.
Scarlet Diva. Did The Heart Is Deceitful Above All Things? It got a partner label release, right?
Yeah. Fuck, I can never remember. There's so many partner labels.
Yeah,
now.
no, I remember.
I have the Blu-ray.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to think because what's her third film doesn't have a release, right? She has that Scarlet Diva. Isn't there one she did after The Heart Is Deceitful?
Love Bites was before that.
Okay, well, maybe that I know there was 3. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, overall, like I said, other than my minor complaints, check it out. And I guess the consensus is, I'm pulling it up.
Cliff Booth says, "All you guys are 25 to 30 years too old to draw any interest from her."
Hey, we're all younger than Anthony Bourdain.
I'm 40 years too old for her. And even then, I'd be just barely under. Maybe I don't. We'll leave it at 40s. I'm too old.
I'm cool with the double standard on this. God bless her. Land of the Dead, yeah, Smoke showing that. Zombie.
Oh yeah. I thought she'd have a longer run in the U.S.
Triple X, fucking Ramstein.
Yeah, Triple X and Land of the Dead are big U.S. movies. I kind of thought she might have more because she could actually act. She wasn't just a pretty face, so I kind of thought she'd do a little more. But it is what it is. I still love her. I hope she's in Dario's next film, and I hope Dario cranks out a bunch more. So
pick a better hotel.
Looked like a nice, cozy hotel.
He wasn't having it in the beginning.
Well, yeah, I know, but he's obviously very picky. I thought it was a nice hotel. I was like, yeah,
I'm with him.
All right, so moving on to our next film of the evening.
Andy Phantom. She straight up dated Harvey for fuck's sake. I know it was complicated relationship, but it happened.
I think we're all like 10s compared to Harvey Weinstein. So that
I don't have his bank
account.
Fair,
at least she did it the right way. I mean, she at least tried to, she didn't just. I'm trying to be good. You better move on, Dan.
All right. So next up, we have our anthology film from Gatorblade Films and Reaper Films, right? It is Reaper, right?
Yeah, Reaper Films.
Phobo horror anthology, Phobophobia. So in this one, step into the world of spine-chilling horror as your beloved final ghoul, Jessa Flux, unveils 6 bone-chilling horror shorts. Brace yourself for an eerie journey through Phobophobia, the fear of fear itself. All right, so horror anthology. First up, I'll talk about Jessa Flux, who I think it's safe to say we love on this channel. Look at my tits. Look at my tits. Todd's
my nudity
favorite,
of the year.
And your favorite actress of the year. Go
and my
check
movie
out
of the year.
Yeah, it was.
He was in the movie of the year.
I was gonna say. She's got it down perfect as far as horror hostess goes. She's adorable and she's the highlight for me. So I should say, Gatorblade Films, you kind of have certain expectations. Sean Donahue, you have certain expectations.
What was the last one we saw? Was the Swamp Thing?
Swamp Woman.
Loved that one.
Yeah. And what was it? Satan Lives, Rise of the Illuminati Hotties before that. Yeah. We're easy marks for Gatorblade Films and Sean Donahue. But this is different. I mean, this is all played straight. If you're going in looking for a lot of skin, you will not get it. So know that going into this one. We get different phobias, and there have been some phobia themed anthologies before. Chris Leto also is one of the directors. He's the director on the first one, which is, I can never say it, Collarphobia, the fear of clowns. So this story is basically this guy who's not able to sleep. He's talking to his psychiatrist. He keeps getting visited by this clown who he cannot escape. He goes to bed, it wakes up next to him, it ends up in a car with him. This is just essentially a guy being tortured by a clown, and I don't have that fear. So for me, I don't know, I always see a clown and I just feel like punching it. There's exceptions to the rule. I think the It remake was wonderful, but this is a solid little short. It very low budget in general. It felt like they didn't have a lot of money to work with on these stories, but I think it's a solid first story. What did you guys think?
Just the first one?
Well, yeah, I was going in order, but
I'm just gonna give you my as a whole. I'm still suffering from fucking anthology fatigue. I just want one story at a time. I don't need all this shit thrown at me at one time. When I saw the Gatorblade logo, I got excited. I'm like, oh, cool. At least I'm gonna get some fucking big tits. I mean, we got them, but they were covered, so I was a little let down. And this didn't grab me. I mean, it's fine, but it's not. Gatorblade, I have an expectation. I'm going to laugh my ass off and see some boobies. I didn't get either. So, like, for me, this is a kind of a miss.
Yeah, this is like a straight film.
Yeah, and that's not what I want from Gatorblade.
Well, it is Reaper first, then Gatorblade, so
yeah, I know. The Reaper part like just went over my fucking head.
Like Gatorblade,
I fucking love Swamp Woman. Oh, this is just a couple of stories. It's fine.
Well, 6 stories. I did enjoy Claustrophobia. Again, you've kind of seen some of these stories before, but woman just waking up in this wood box. I thought that was effective.
I really liked the Claustrophobia one. It was simple but effective.
Yeah, and again, I'm not like hardcore claustrophobic, but I have that a little bit. So, seeing somebody in a box where they can't really move, that works, and that had a decent twist to it. Nothing really felt like, I can't say that there was like an awful short. It's just there was nothing that really stood out. Nothing really stood out. I thought what was it? Wiccophobia, I believe. I thought that one was a little weak.
Which one? Yeah, which was
Fear
the
of
phobia?
Witches or whatever.
Okay, that's what I figured, but I just
Yeah,
saw
the husband,
listeners
husband in the wheelchair who is struggling with being in a wheelchair, and he brings like this faith healer, whatever you want to call her, in. That one I was like, that kind of left me feeling a little bit underwhelmed. We also have I wrote them all down. I just can't say them. Sclerophobia, the fear of burglars, which again, nothing awful there. Just kind of that it had an ending that we see a lot.
Let's answer JG Michael's question. You guys ever review that weird pseudo Christmas horror anthology, Night of the Missing, with AEW Swerve Stricken showing up for no reason? Yeah, we did in December.
Yeah, December. Right. Yeah, you can check that out.
Indie Phantom, LOL. Collophobia is a fear of hats. Not even joking at Dan.
We need to find somebody with that and see if they can sit through the podcast.
JG Michael, and anthology fatigue is definitely a thing. Fucking A.
I like short formed horror, so yeah, I get what you're saying. I do love a good anthology. Like I didn't hate this. This one just honestly probably my favorite in this particular anthology is, and I believe it's the one that Sean Donahue directed, if I'm not mistaken. Agrizophobia, the fear of wild animals. Now that one was a little more on the goofy side, but I thought that one was fun. You know, considering that was the phobia, and when we get our twist, I was like, okay, that's fun. Some, you know, and some decent little gore there. It felt like the last two stories, because we have that and Cosmicophobia, which is the fear of aliens. That one was fun. That just suffered from some bad acting from the dad. The dad was like Tito Ortiz if he took a bunch of downers. Kind of. And that's the first thing that hit my head. I was just like, you know, he's trying. I don't think he's a professional actor. And like, yeah, that one suffered from that. But the last two felt like, okay, the humor is at least there, and it put a smile on my face a few times. And I love alien stories. So overall, this one is kind of middle of the road. I love Jessa. I love Gatorblade Films, but yeah. In fact, I think the Gatorblade Films portion of this was the stronger portion. So maybe I'm more Gatorblade over Reaper.
I am.
I don't know which is which, but
I'm pretty sure I have it in my notes that Sean directed the Wild Animals one. So
yeah. I mean, overall, I had a decent enough time. But it's like just the anthology thing, which we've talked about, the anthology fatigue. But overall, I had a good time with this one. Once I realized it wasn't the Gatorblade style film, I just kind of put that in the back of my head. But yeah, like definitely which one? The one you mentioned, the Cosmophobia is probably my favorite.
Yeah, I love alien stories. I thought that was pretty solid. And you know, sometimes when you make these movies, you have a mixture of pro and then amateur actors. So that doesn't bother me too much. If the sense of fun is there, I can still enjoy it. But as it is, any closing thoughts before we rate it?
No, go ahead and rate it. I mean, overall, I think it's worth checking out.
Yeah, I'm 2.5. And as always, Jessa Flux is a 5, but 2.5 overall, averaging it out.
Again, I'm sick of anthologies at the moment, so it's going to suffer from that. It's a 1.5 out of 5 for me.
Ooh.
Well, I'm the highest. I had a good enough time. I'm a 3.5 out of 5.
All right.
Like you said, you were the highest. Were you enhanced while watching?
That's your ratings are always higher for that reason. It's the gummies.
No, that actually makes if it's boring, it's going to be super fucking boring, and it's going to really affect his rating the wrong way or the correct way. You couldn't keep my attention.
could you get through if you took like some of your best gummies? Would Phantom Thread be a good time for you?
Well, one, I don't take gummies. I have cookies.
Cookies, whatever. I don't know the term.
I do gummies. I do cookies. I have tincture in this. I'm ready to go.
Let's go with edibles.
Is that a strawberry Fanta?
It's been enhanced. Yes.
What do you change? You shouldn't ruin a strawberry Fanta, Pugs. That's a crime.
It makes it better.
It doesn't make it taste better. I can't.
There is strawberry tincture in here, sir. I'm good.
Okay.
But no, yeah.
Hopefully, you don't have to be enhanced to enjoy us.
Hopefully. I think we will make it better. JG Michael, shit, you guys are the only ones that cover these types of genre movies. Thank God someone is doing a YouTube channel that covers horror beyond Scream and Michael Myers. Well, we got those guys too, but yeah, no problem.
We will talk about them every day.
There are drinking games involving Michael Myers and YouTube channels.
Yeah, you want to see us get crazy on each other? What is Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends? That just fucking.
Oh, where's that at?
Yeah, we covered it. We just didn't do like 30.
Oh my God! You know how hard it was yesterday when I was waiting in line. There was some kids in front of us, and he was talking to one of the other kids that worked at the theater, and they were talking about Halloween. He's like, and the kid who worked there was like, yeah, I only saw the first one. I heard the other two sucked. And then the other kid's like, oh, yeah, people didn't like him. He's like, but I like the second one. And I love Ends. I took everything to be like, yeah, but I didn't do it.
No, you should enjoy it.
This is why the AI is taking over.
Because people like things you don't like, Dan.
People are stupid, Chad.
I co-sign that. That's undeniable. Indie Phantom, Halloween Ends commentary still needed. Did we not do that? We only did kills?
Yeah, you did. You did a watch.
No, we did not. You can tell us we did not, Dan.
You didn't on.
No, we did not.
You know what? I'm in for October.
We'll do it on the 5-year anniversary.
What's next year? 2? 3?
We got like 3 more.
Can we just get it over with now?
We'll see.
I might need some of that strawberry Fanta to make that happen. Ugh. All right, so
we'll do a live one with Dan's here.
Oh, that's perfect. That's legit perfect.
I gotta see that fucking shit on the giant projector, Todd. That's gonna make it even worse.
Oh, I'm gonna bring this. Corey's gonna be in the room. We're gonna have a live.
You know what? I am glad The Rock stole Cody's main event. God.
Oh, Cody, because he calls Corey Cody. Oh, okay.
That's right.
That took me a second, dude.
That was a hard one. I will get. Dad gets props for that one. Okay.
Right there, God. Right there. So our next one, it's an anthology, but not. Kind of a different anthology.
It's got Lizzie Borden.
It wasn't at the premiere. Yes, I was at the premiere. I was going to upload photos from it too. Oops.
That's okay. We can do that on social media.
I might be able to do it as we're talking.
Yeah. All right. So this is from director Joe Castro, also Brinke Stevens and Matthew Vanaha. Terror Toons 4. So in this film, anthology based on the original Terror Toons featuring evil villains Dr. Carnage and Max Assassin. So our first story / credit sequence, talk about, I can only imagine what a strawberry Fanta, whatever the fuck, would do to you watching the opening. It is... We just have these bees that are mutating and taking over the earth, and it is insane. It felt like I took acid, and I know I did.
Real quick, before I saw this movie, right before I watched The Beekeeper, and it was freaking me out.
That's what happened when the villains shoot like the beehives that he had.
Hold my honey, I'm gonna fuck you guys up.
You watch The Beekeeper with moms?
I did. She got a lady boner for that guy. I was like, yeah, sure, I want to see that shit. I had a fucking ball with The Beekeeper. I want more.
Yeah, this opening, we're just seeing these giant bees blowing up cities. They're shooting spores into Earth from space. It's wild, wild shit. If you've seen the other TOONS movies, the first one's a little bit smaller, kind of a staple in the video store from Brain Damage. And then they got crazy after the first one. They got really crazy. And Joe directs, I know, the first segment, and it is just insane. I mean, we see that astronaut that mutates into a bee. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. Obviously, CG heavy because, you know, how the fuck do you do that? But there's a lot of great practical effects in here too, and amazing masks. If you haven't dived into TOONS,
that fucking was it the astronaut with the weird face? Is it the same story? Shit, it's all rolling in one right now. But the fucking blob guy with the weird face.
Mm-hmm.
That shit caught my interest. Like, that dude just looks weird. Looks like a fucking Bray Wyatt character that could have been.
There's a lot of imagination, and I'm going to dive into it more, but I think this might be my favorite TOONS. I really had a good time with it. And
well,
yes,
you also have a lady boner for Brinke too, so that doesn't hurt.
I have a man boner for Brinke Stevens.
Damn it, he caught it.
Thank you very much. Yes, she was one that, like, I could barely get words out, because I've loved her since I was a little kid. And she's like the nicest lady. Yes, and I'm going to just say to the chat, I did kind of want Beekeeper to be Jason Statham fighting mutated bees. When I saw that poster art, I'm like, please.
But let's see where this franchise goes. Because if there's anything like the Fast and the Furious or John Wick, there's a good chance that that's down the line, Dan. Fingers crossed.
Just let him be his character from Transporter. Or
High Voltage. You've never seen I call Caesar Transporter.
I know. I didn't like Statham till later.
Watch the first two.
I like the Crank movies.
Crank, that's High Voltage.
That's Crank
the second
one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Crank's
the first two Transporters are really good.
Is there more than two?
I think there's three. Fox did two, Lionsgate did one.
Oh no, there's three with Jason Statham, and then one with the new guy. There's four. Yeah.
I'm behind.
So we also get one of the stories in here, Dr. Carnage Origins, and that kind of bleeds into a lot of past stuff, and as we go along to the end, there are some amazing creatures in here. There's a robot in this that looks as good as anything I've seen in like $100 million movie. It's insane how awesome some of these creatures look, and you'd expect that coming from Joe Castro. But the giant rat that's ripping people apart, there's a lot of cool shit crammed in this. Again, some CG, but then also some really good looking creatures, practical creatures thrown in there. He really takes you into another world, and I had a blast. I really do think this might be my favorite TOONS movie. I don't know about you guys, but did you pop for Linnea Quigley, who plays more than one role in this in the other story? But we get like Linnea Quigley as a wind-up toy, a killer toy. It almost one. It almost felt like she was playing Harley Quinn too. Which, can you imagine in the 80s if Linnea Quigley got to play Harley Quinn?
Well, Harley Quinn wasn't around in the 80s, but I can totally see. Yeah.
Fantasy book it. She could have still done it in the 90s.
She could do an elderly version of this. She's not that old. I would watch Old Man Joker and Harley. That'd be fucking cool.
She looked good. And there's a lot of carnage in this story. Just a lot of just crazy shit. And I loved it. Great ending. What did you guys think of this portion of it?
Although I'm still tired of anthologies, these were spread out enough to where it didn't feel like a chore for me. It's enjoyable front to back, seeing the familiar faces, and obviously Lizzie Borden. Old XPW fan. I fucking love her to death. In real life, she's a fucking sweetheart, and seeing her on screen play that kind of characters, I don't know, it just feels good. It's respectful of my time, which I appreciate, and yeah, and all the practical effects are fucking lovely. I had a good time with this. This was a breath of I don't want to say fresh air because I got shit for that earlier, but not on here. But yeah, it felt good. So I really like this one, and I do think it's worth checking out. I'm not ready to say it's my favorite Terror Toons, but yeah.
I meant to revisit them all before this, and I wasn't able to. But I think it's the most ambitious Terror Toons. Okay. I mean, there's some crazy shit going down in here. Outer space shots and just demons, and just there's a lot of wild stuff. The first film is really more grounded in comparison. Yeah. But yeah. So next, Todd, did you have any other thoughts on this story? You're muted.
He's muted.
You're muted. I'm not talking.
I know.
Yeah, hold on, asshole.
I could see him talking shit.
I was saying, hold on.
He was uploading his photos.
Well, cool, yeah, cool. I did it a different way, so now I just got to open it because I didn't have. But I that doesn't mean just sit in silence and while I'm doing it, Dan. That means continue talking.
Okay, I thought you were ready.
I said I'm doing it.
Taking a look at the chat. Yeah, Lizzie Borden, I think, like specifically just does Terror Toons now.
She was not in the second one, but yeah.
She's a little busy, right. Todd.
Yeah, that's right. No, she was still out. Because it's funny. The year, because I bought the DVD from Joe Castro at the convention when it was first, came out, but it was the same year I ran into Rob and Lizzie there for Devil's Rejects, because they were there waiting to see the other Rob.
Yeah,
I was able to pull it up. So there, yeah, nice. That's from the photo. So
a couple of years ago now, right?
Yeah, it was November 22.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no, it's not that long, I guess.
What about a year?
Yeah, not for an indie.
Right.
You can go up there and get a selfie, Todd?
Yeah. I thought about it after, but
you should have.
Where was this at?
LA. I can't remember what theater.
Okay.
The Lamel 8.
Oh fuck yeah, I love that theater.
Yeah. Pretty sure that's what it was.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I've ever been to that one, even forever ago.
Caesar went.
Burbank.
Yeah, but I don't know that I did.
Universal, whatever. I love that one, and the one. Actually, I saw Mask of the Phantasm there, the Batman for the 20th anniversary. I don't know, it was a while ago. But yeah, the Lamleys are fucking awesome. The bathrooms, they have all the fucking horror posters there. Rules. JG Michael, he gets some weird cats for those Terror Toon movies. Google Shane Ballard from Terror Toons 2. That dude was nuts.
He does. He has a great cast here. I mean, Debbie Rashan, who we'll talk about in the next segment.
Are you going to Google that, Todd?
Oh.
The next segment, well, Todd does that, is Personal Demons with Brinke Stevens in a lead role, which is always great to see because there's just so much of this stuff with Linnea and Brinke is, it's cameos at this point. And she plays a character called Pandora, who's just being discharged from an asylum by Dr. Howard, played by the beautiful Debbie Rashan. And there's a hilarious moment in this where she's a former starlet, trying to get her career going again to do this B horror movie that she doesn't really want to do. She inherits this house from her dead aunt while she's kind of studying the script. There's a moment in here where Linnea Quigley Weinstein's Brinke Stevens that I just thought was so funny. It's hilarious the way they do it with Linnea having Brinke on the casting couch. That one really made me laugh. So in the process of this B movie script, Linnea Quigley had, I guess, actually used like a real incantation that summons a demon. Really cool idea for this story, and I thought a lot of fun. Also, some really creative effects in this. We get these
the fucking old school green screen shit. I fucking love
yeah,
that. Yeah, that was gold.
we get magic mushrooms that come to life and try and eat people. There's that wine bottle with the mouth and teeth on it that I thought was really cool. And the killer teddy bear. There's just a lot going on here. I can see why these movies take so long in between, because goddamn, there's a lot of effect shots. And if you're a fan of Brinke Stevens, anything lead role from her at this point is a gift, and I highly recommend this segment. It put a big smile on my face. But I've loved her since I was a little kid, so I don't know, was it as strong for you guys?
What I said last time was pretty much for everything, but yeah, this one was fucking enjoyable as shit. Like I said, the fucking just the green screen, it felt like I don't know, like a funny Zack Snyder world, but like old school. So it was like cartoony, like Roger Rabbit maybe. There's something very charming about it that just took me in. I loved it. Actually, talking about it now, my rating's going up. So
that's always good.
Yeah.
Yes. So next up, we Todd, did you have any thoughts on that one?
No.
So next up, we have The Heads of Mr. Switch, which is a Halloween night story. These guys being hazed, and you get such wonderful dialogue is "Stop looking at my penis, goober." And this is where we get Lizzie Borden, who is summoned to help them lose their virginity. And this is another wild one. Hey, we talk a lot about boobs on this show, but there's some naked dudes in here too. So for the ladies,
hey, my fucking I voted a male for best sex scene this past year, so I'm progressive as fuck.
I believe that was best nudity.
Whatever. What'd I say?
Best schlong for Pugs Dread.
Have you seen Saltburn yet, Todd?
Not yet.
Oh, God.
Well, you just gave away a dick spoiler, so
you knew there was dick in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know you knew about the dick.
Yeah, it won best nudity of the year from Pugs.
Okay,
and then as soon as you see it, I got to let you know what I wanted to compare it to on the show, but I couldn't because you hadn't seen it yet.
Well,
you're gonna love it.
Off the subject of dicks. So one thing I loved about this segment is the demon candy corn creature.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was a demon candy. I've never seen a demon candy corn in a movie before. I really like that. I thought that was hilarious. Where else are you going to see a demon candy corn decapitating a guy? And I like that the candy corn kind of looked like Butterball from Hellraiser. It had that look. It was really cool. I hope he makes merch. I would love a demon candy corn prop. I would
also,
buy
this
one.
kicks the shit out of the candy corn movie. And I know we're friends with those people, but come on. This is way cooler.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the candy corn movie. Would have worked with this character though.
Right.
Again, lots of crazy shit. We get this sort of vagina-like dick monster. The circus cannon head thing. Really, and Lizzie gets to shoot titty missiles. So there you go. Old school XPW fans. You got to check it out now for that. I thought this had some good practical gore again, mixed in with the CG. So
you know what? I'm gonna look for my photo with Lizzie Borden. Will you pull that up?
Brian Trash says,
"Oh, you have the 4 Terror Toons movies in a lunchbox, Brian. That's awesome. I want to get that.
That's
it's
cool.
$100. But I do want them.
Where's the handle?
It's there.
No, they have it going horizontal. That's weird.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I think I would have rather had this on the box
because
it's lenticular.
Gotcha. pretty fucking cool though, dude.
Yeah,
that is cool. I'm so tempted.
well, it's only on sale till the 14th, Dan. Then it goes back up to the regular price of like $250.
Oof. Yeah, well, that would be the time to buy it then. So we'll see. It might make it happen. It is a cool set. I like that it comes in a lunchbox too. So next up, we get the clucking competition show. This is kind of like the bookend. We get our favorite doctor who's like shitting out these eggs that turn into a giant chicken army. We do get a rooster kaiju in this story. Kruger's not here tonight, but actually, I don't want to say he'd like this.
He wouldn't like it, but he'd appreciate some of it.
He'd appreciate some of it at least, I think. And yeah, I mean, it's a rooster kaiju story. Again, where are you going to get that? And I thought it was pretty wild just seeing. It kind of reminded me of the David Harbour Hellboy, where say what you will about that movie, at least that finale is pretty wild and cool. So it kind of reminded me of that, and it all ties in together. So again, it's an anthology, but it doesn't feel like your standard anthology. It's still very much a sequel, and I don't know if he's going to be able to top this one, Todd. I thought this was pretty. Yeah,
I still love the first one, but this is definitely my favorite sequel. I do think this is a better movie than the first one, yes, but I do love the first one.
Yeah, I get that. I'm going to say this is my favorite.
I can't find that photo. Boo.
Not for everybody. Again, none of the Terror of Toons movies are, but I'm still 4 stars. I loved it. I'm the kind of audience for this one.
All right. Well, you guys talked me into bumping it up a half point, so I'm a 3.5 out of 5.
Sweet.
I'm a 4 out of 5. I do like this one.
JG awesome. Michael, Rooster Kaiju. What the fuck? That sounds glorious. It is.
It really does. Would this one be okay to watch with like your kids? There's nothing too fun.
I'm not the right person to ask.
Probably
maybe
not,
I'm not. Well, I'm asking the guy.
Dan, okay, every time you think it is, just go with the right answer. It's not time yet, Dan.
Okay, I just thought it might be okay.
So no Sallow in the future, near future.
Oh no, that's a big jump, Pugs. Yes,
he's like, that's when you're like 13. Knock it off, Pugs. For the old bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Was that our last one?
Indie Phantom. Okay to watch with someone else's kid?
Definitely not.
I'm trying to find my picture. I forgot I have my picture with Rob.
Yeah, I gotta look for it because she did her I went to her strip show.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see you there, Todd.
I didn't go.
That's bullshit. I was there with Ivan Moody, who's the singer from fucking Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh, nice.
And then he blew up and fucking big time me, asshole.
I wish I had pictures of like the old XPW.
Dude, my fucking head is resting right on her fucking boob. It's fucking great.
I never like met anybody though. That's the thing. I mean, I thought I had some physical photos that I just snapped.
I do. I have some right in here. I'll have to pull them out next time. They're just, everyone looks so small. I never even care. They're not that good. I mean, I was still ringside, but they don't look like we didn't have a fucking zoom on our old fucking
Yeah, this
shit.
is back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, a lot of it.
I remember whining that shit at the show, dude.
I remember I never had really good seats to the old XPW shows, so I wasn't like right.
Well, they didn't want you on camera.
Fuck you, Dad.
How come I can't find the one picture I want? I got it. I thought it was on my fucking desktop.
You know, it's funny. I didn't realize it. You know, because it had been years at that point. XPW was still years away from coming back, and I think I bought a hat from her at a convention.
Yeah, I
remember.
You know
Rock and Shock or Shock and Roll.
I don't remember which one.
Her company.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying the Rock and Shock convention.
No. Every year I tell Dan to look for it. He'd never see her, but yeah, I remember that year. Then he ended up buying one of her hats. Didn't even realize it was her.
So I'm sitting there, and I think her hair was different.
Good.
Oh, sweet.
I'm sending it to you, Todd.
All right. Well, while you do that,
I'll
I'm looking
keep
for
talking while you're
That's
doing
fine.
that. And you get that feeling like you know somebody, but it was passing. I just bought the hat, and I think later that day it hit me. That's Lizzie fucking Borden.
Yeah.
Goddamn. And I wasn't able to get back at that point. I think it was like Sunday or the last day at the convention. So
that it clicked after you met her? Not.
Yeah.
It clicked like after, because I kept thinking, where have I seen this girl? I was like, okay, it's nobody I dated. It's nobody.
Okay, Dan.
It could have been.
Okay.
Me and you, Jack, but
it was nobody. It wasn't like some
Oh.
cousin or something. I wouldn't. Who the fuck is it? And I would have gone back and asked, but again, Sunday, by the time I did, they were gone. So yeah. So I'd like to, if they're at a convention, which, by the way, for you guys, I am going to be at the Nashville. Okay, I'm going to say this wrong because I've never been to this one before. The Full Moon Tattoo and Horror Convention. It's not full moon, but in Nashville at the end of March. So if you're going to that, you see us, say hi.
You gonna get a tattoo, Dan?
Maybe. It's been talked about. I might get one.
Oh, you're finally getting the family crest. Good job.
Well, they would know how to do a proper horror one. I'm so like, I feel like if I go to some random tattoo parlor and I ask for the Cenobites, I'm gonna look and it's like, that looks more like Frasier than Butterball.
Fucking take your time, pick your artist, pay the amount. It's on your body for a good amount of time.
Look
Don't
at
go
their
cheap.
book. See what their style is. You don't want a cartoonist doing you a photorealistic, and that's what you're going to want. You're going to want photorealistic. I know that.
As close to it as humanly possible.
There's a fucking dude up in Canada that fucking badass. And if I ever get one, I'm probably going to use that guy. I'll send you.
You guys ever want to go up to Toronto? I'd love to go.
Sure.
We should. I mean, I'll obviously be back in California later this year, but like it'd be kind of cool to go on. Like,
we gotta go to Dave's Big Bar. Fucking The Accused.
Oh, is that still up?
Yeah.
Pugs, you're gonna get us kicked out of that goddamn thing. I know, because if there's a pinball machine there, it's like, why is that man humping our pinball machine?
1, 2, 3, 4. Pump that pussy till it's over.
That
Sir,
in the Rob Black documentary that gets a shout out.
Oh fuck! I forgot to watch that. Well, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Your after show special. I would love to go back to the Canadian side of Niagara Falls if you guys are ever down. I think it'd be fun.
Sure.
It's the U.S. side is fine, but all the cool shit is on the Canadian side.
Traitor. I sent the photo, Todd. Did you get it?
I'm doing it right now.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't find mine. I don't know where the heck I put it.
Yeah,
that was my fan expo days. That last one I went. Well, no, I think I was at one after, but they had like Toby Hooper, Wes Craven, Brad Dourif, but then they also had like Buzz Aldrin was there, Edward James Olmos. Yeah, Buzz fucking Aldrin was there.
That's kind of cool, dude. I would have been more excited to meet him.
My mom had a funny moment with Edward James Olmos because she was tired. She like fell asleep. It's one of the bigger like convention center things, and she fell asleep. And like Edward James Olmos just like sat down next to her and was just like tapping her on the shoulder, like rough day. And he like just sat and talked. She had a random conversation with Edward James Olmos. And,
that's cool.
He was complaining about filming on Battlestar Galactica and how he'd fall asleep all the time in between.
Happy man.
Yeah.
Blast from the past.
Yeah. Oh my God! Look at the red fishnets. What a weirdo.
It's
Your
funny.
hand is
I think I got my
low.
wife the same top.
Nice.
All right, now I'm gonna look for mine. Did I leave it up long enough?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Old school.
Yeah.
I know,
We
I'm
also
doing
went to a Terror Threads. The company's no longer no longer available. Yeah, there you go. Jesus, what's wrong with me? I haven't even started drinking my
it.
shit.
We're looking at the Lizzie picture.
That's true. That was a good time. But my Rex, we've mentioned on the show, he had her on his shoulders when we were walking out to the band. I think it was Ricketts, who was no longer around too. Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah, Andy, we could meet up with you down there somewhere. If you're in
Niagara Falls, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, careful there, Pugs.
Oh, I'm gonna push Dan. Oh, you know what? We'll take separate cars.
You got to ride the mist ride. That's the same in the U.S. and the Canadian.
That's the
side.
boat thing, right?
Maid of the Mist or whatever they call it. Yeah, it is actually pretty cool. Some touristy stuff's overrated, but if you're up that way, you should do it once.
You know, I don't like touristy things, right? Like going to the Grand Canyon, I think is dumb for me.
Yeah, but you're actually like right there with the water. It's. I think you would enjoy it. I
think I'd find that more impressive than just a big crack in the ground that they call the Grand Canyon. But I'm still like, wow, it's water. Like, cool. What's next?
Well, it's good food there, Pugs.
Okay.
That's some great.
Poutine? No thanks.
Oh, dude, you don't like that? I don't understand.
No, poutine's fine. Poutine's fine. That's not my thing.
You can get that shit here.
Not the way. Not most places.
Tim Tams, though, I can't, and I'm down with that.
Oh, Tim Hortons. Yeah. I don't know if Orc's listening tonight, but there are a few of those in the US, I guess. Like, just not many, and they're like right at the border areas. But
I have
Tim
a friend.
Hortons
She crosses the border just for Jack in the Box.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it for the tacos?
No, she likes the teriyaki bowl from Jack in the Box. It's weird. And then also she says teriyaki instead of teriyaki.
Where's she from?
I can't remember. This side of west coast of Canada. What's the big city?
I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of big cities. I mean,
it's Ontario or Toronto. Whichever one's on this side.
Oh, okay, probably Toronto.
Then there you go. It's like just outside of that. Man, anyway.
I don't know my Canadian geography, so if I'm fucking that up, my bad.
Either.
I've been there. I have been there. Vancouver. Okay, Indy knows.
There you go. Thank you.
Lobster poutine sounds really good. I almost, not almost, but I did consider moving to Toronto once.
Toronto.
Yeah, it's a cool city. There's a lot to do in Toronto. They shoot all of Todd's favorite sci-fi channel stuff around that area. British because you love the Sci-Fi Channel.
No luck, Todd?
No, I'm giving up.
No.
Tapped out.
I mean, we're still talking. I don't care. I'm just poking around while I'm looking. I found me dressed up as Rob Black, but not
throw that up. Oh, I saw someone ask. I think it was JG. I forgot the last name. Shit, I'm done. JG Michael. Is Masada still in XPW? Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, he was just on the last show.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's still killing it. If you there's two videos of him being lit on fire, the ones that went to TMZ, but you can hear me on one of the videos. Jesus Christ.
You made it to TMZ. Cliff Booth, is there any recommendations for spaghetti in LA?
No, but I'm mad I didn't get Pinocchio's yesterday. We were 7 minutes away from it.
We were right there.
And we got there. We didn't have enough time. And then I was like, well, we'll get it after. I forgot it closes like 8:30.
You know what? In fairness, you weren't that close to Pinocchio's.
7 minutes.
That's not that close. It's close enough, but
7 minutes away.
It's the opposite direction than where you were going.
Did we do Pinocchio's last time I was down there? We might have that.
Did you get gelato?
I don't think we did Pinocchio's.
I'll see
I
it.
think
No.
we might have one time. Well,
I would have fought to go to Porto's across the street.
I got a Porto's right here though.
That's a Portillo's.
No, I have a Porto's right
You have
here.
Porto's
on
up there
Beach.
too? Oh,
Right
shit.
across. Right,
You
right by North
motherfucker, you
Farm.
get fucking potato balls? Dude,
I've never even had it.
Oh wow, you live there and you haven't had
guava
that.
smoothie. No whipped cream for me, but it's, what do you mean? Todd,
That-
next time we're going.
Remember that, Pugs. 'cause
Shamrock Shake is back though.
that's fine, but it's not a guava smoothie because that's
I
not
don't.
fucking
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
Todd,
probably take
telling
the
you.
whipped cream though with it. Maybe I don't know. I guess.
Dude, I'm a fat fuck. I'll get 2 or 3 and one for later. Like, yeah, I'll do
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit. It's so good.
That does sound good. God, you're making me hungry.
It's so good.
Yeah. We'll add that to the list.
Zombies asking. Oh yeah, so no, I don't have any spaghetti recommendations. Home. There's probably a good place up in Beverly Hills, but
I
gonna have to pay
know,
the fucking
I know
price.
there's a good Italian spot across the street from Pinocchio's. I like their pastas and stuff too, but I'll fuck with their meatball salads and their pizzas the most.
dude, the Pinocchio sandwich. I forgot what it's called, but like they're it's so fucking good with the diced fucking tomatoes and shit.
Yeah.
Zombies asking, what's the name of the town that has the borderline drawn on the streets, where on step you're in Canada and another you're in USA?
Isn't that Niagara? Don't they have it there?
Yeah, I mean Niagara is like just it's just.
I don't know. I know what he's talking about, but I don't know enough to.
Cliff Booth asks, what about of all Mexican food in LA? Go to East LA and pick a corner. It doesn't fucking matter.
Look for the truck with the longest line of Mexicans. That is the best place.
That's a good call.
If you see a bunch of white people, you can keep going. You see a bunch of Mexicans.
Dude, sometimes they know what's up, but
They do
you're right in that.
eventually. But if you see all Mexicans, you know that shit's good.
Well, I'll tell you, and maybe if you've lived in California for a long time, you don't appreciate it, but there's good Mexican food here in Georgia, but I'm putting over California. Like it is amazing.
You don't need to put us over. We know where
The
Mexican
closer
food's
to
at.
the border you get, the better it fucking is. Yeah.
It's so good.
But if you want, I'll just go with the Mexican food. Get a fucking Oh my god, my brain is not working. Fucking where we King Taco, Jesus.
Yeah.
No.
That's
You got
that's
a few
fair. That's pretty
locations.
good, yeah.
Pugs that made the end of this show depressing because I can't have a guava smoothie. Although,
Hey
gonna
man,
get
it's
one
out of
now,
my
just-
reach right now.
I'm just
I
gonna
pour it
pour
out. Yeah, that hurts me, asshole.
Okay, I won't send it to you.
Put whipped cream on it, and then I won't care.
does that ruin it for you? Because I feel like that would enhance it.
Ben likes Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex is good.
Yeah. What up, Ben? By the way.
Yeah, I believe Tex-Mex is actually where a burrito came from. It's not Mexican.
It's not Mexican, yeah. Which
It's
blew my
not.
mind when I first learned that. I was like, excuse me?
What is your favorite, like, traditional Mexican dish?
Taquitos.
Oh, really?
Not
I
even
mean, that's good. That's like basic, but that's good.
fuck you, motherfucker. Basic.
Well,
I almost dropped a stream ending word there, dude.
Damn, you got all defensive.
And it would be on you because you'd have to edit it out. So,
I mean, it would have been okay if.
well, let's take like dish though, not like tacos, burritos, taquitos. Like, what's your favorite? Like,
what the fuck is what?
You talking like
Well, there's
chilaquiles
other
or some shit
things.
like that?
Okay, except for like the real Mexican food, you can pick fucking some bullshit Del Taco plate. I don't. What the fuck, Dan?
It's easy.
traditional. Del
No, yeah,
Taco's
but
not
what you
traditional.
think is traditional is going to be white food.
No, that's not true. I know.
What do you think's
I've
traditional,
spent
Dan?
a lot of time
Beans.
in that. Well, yes.
All right, sorry. My bad. I should know the white man knows more than me about Mexican food.
I didn't say that I did. I just said I know the difference.
You
when I
said,
have it.
what Mexican food you like? Oh, but you can't like tacos or anything. That's fucking Mexican food.
Well, but you have to elaborate on that.
Like, what is taquitos is my favorite, and you're like suddenly I need a real Mexican dish. Fuck you.
I'm not saying it's not.
You fucking literally just did.
All right, what's the
beef,
difference?
chicken, pork? What kind of taquitos, Tyler?
It doesn't matter,
potato.
but my obvious go-to is of course shredded.
Okay.
So
Okay.
For me, I fucking tacos are fucking stellar, dude. Like birria is fucking big right now. I'm obsessed with that shit. Nachos, obviously, I fucking love that shit. But yeah, tamales are the shit.
I thought Danny Trejo's restaurant that we did eat at last time, I thought that was pretty good.
That is not traditional, sir.
Fucking
more
it
than
should be.
No,
but no, it's not. That's
more than
fancy
you
fucking
guys
shit.
that literally made for white people.
Yeah, that's
No, I thought it was better.
You literally proved my point, Dan. You understand that, right?
Better.
You
than
literally
what you said.
proved my fucking point.
And when you were there, you even admitted it was better than you thought it was.
Yes, that doesn't make it more Mexican, motherfucker.
It's not raza approved, man.
All right, then
it only gets a pass because it has
Danny
fucking Trejo. He should know better.
He knows what market he's serving. He's not on fucking Hollywood Boulevard for
He's a
nothing.
businessman. Yeah. No, but real talk, Danny Trejo's Cantina.
Yeah.
The first time I went wasn't as good as the second time. The second time kicked its ass. It's still way overpriced, but I didn't mind paying the second time because of how delicious it was. It's not traditional, but it was good.
But
it's not
traditional place.
It's not Del Taco. It's not Taco
Well,
Bell.
I shouldn't have said Del Taco. I should have said Taco Bell because Del Taco is way more Mexican than Taco Bell.
Yeah,
I love
Del
those places unapologetically. What? I love both of those places.
But Del Taco sells Mexican food. Taco Bell sells Mexican inspired food, so they're not the same.
No, they're not. Del Taco's been killing me lately.
How is it Mexican inspired? It's still a taco.
Yeah, okay, that taco is not a taco. It's basically a hamburger in a shell. A real taco doesn't
ground beef.
It doesn't. A real taco. You name a Mexican taco that has fucking ground beef.
Ground beef and potato normally.
That's a white thing too.
Is it?
Yeah, tacos don't have ground beef. If it has ground beef, not lettuce, no. If anything that has cheddar cheese is whitewashed. So everything in that taco it's a hamburger on a bun in a shell.
I'm gonna concede a little bit. I'm gonna concede a little bit. Yeah, but fucking Taco Bell's delicious. Like,
I'm saying but okay. You've had a chalupa from fucking Taco Bell. Mm-hmm. You've had a real Mexican chalupa. I don't know what the fuck they have in common other than the name.
The name, yeah.
They had fucking taquitos once. I don't know what the fuck they were. They were like soft fucking.
They were taco rollers at Taco Bell.
No,
and also the Mexican pizza is just a tostada with 2 shells and fucking enchilada sauce, and also it's fucking delicious.
It is, and
so all right, inspired. All right,
but don't tell me you like Mexican food, or you're going to get Mexican food. You're going to get fucking Bell Beefer. Oh, Bell Beefers were good. I wish those.
Like, I don't think they make those anymore.
Yeah,
I hear though, if you take your own bun, some well.
Yeah, remember they were trying to make the burger? Yeah, that.
Rusty has some suggestions. What's up, Rusty?
Chili Relleno. Okay, there's a good Juan Pollo. Yeah, there we go.
Is sour cream a white thing? Indy asks.
Yeah, it comes white. It's fucking delicious.
It is. There's a different cream that Mexican. Yeah, but it's close enough. I mean, but yeah, I think it is a white.
But not the most offensive white thing because it's close. That's fucked up.
Well, you were telling me you know more about Mexican food.
I did not say that. I just said I do know the difference.
That reminds me of the clip when Tupac was on the talk show and the white lady starts telling him about black culture. It's the funniest shit.
That wasn't Tupac. That was Eazy-E, wasn't it?
No. You're thinking of the other clip from the other program where she says she's like, well, why do you call yourself with the hearty R. You guys say it in your song. I remember watching that live on TV. That shit was hilarious. I still got that on tape. Oh, that Easy just likes to fuck with them. Oh, there's some fun stuff.
Cliff Booth. I went to a truck in LA once, and I'm pretty sure there was seagull meat in there.
And it was fucking delicious.
Yeah, I was like, how delicious was it, dude?
I've had some. I've never had seagull, but I have had some
But you know-
like exotic meat. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Ah, man, I'm hungry now.
Indie Phantom. Now I want tacos, bitches. There is an okay place here in China, but the fish tacos are the best. Kind of a coleslaw added to them. That sounds
And
good.
cat.
Gato.
That's racist, Dan. You I'm gonna have to cut that out.
It's not that bad. Okay.
That,
I mean, they do some places.
sorry, you know, King.
They do have a dog meat festival over there.
That's then that is real. So
And that's a cultural thing.
Yeah,
That's gotta
I'm not cool with it, but I'm not cool with a lot of cultural things.
I mean, we eat religious, you know, cows and shit. No, they
Yeah.
It's only weird to us. It's like the whole bug thing. Everyone else eats bugs with us. I mean, well, we
Well,
do.
not everybody.
It's a good source of protein. Most people actually like add in their diet.
Yeah, no, that is true. And
I eat no
honestly, if you
fucking
could get over
crickets.
the mental side of it, I
How
have
hungry
had
am I?
cricket before.
Yeah, like there was one like PETA sign. It was like a puppy, a pig, and a cow. It's like, how can you differentiate the others, one from the others? Like honestly, in a pinch, how hungry am I? I'll eat it. Unfortunately, I would eat it. Rusty Flake in California, you get great tacos on every corner. See,
We
East
had
LA
great-
too, dude.
Yeah,
Anyway,
when we were at that Lucha show, just that little cart, great.
I didn't
Oh
go to
fuck
that one.
yeah! Oh yeah,
You were with us.
it was one of the ones I worked for.
Dude, up
but
the
yeah,
street from where.
But the best part about that though is, this is like the only reason I still work those shows because of that taco truck, and we get the worker discount, so it's like half off.
Fuck yeah.
Next time I'm bringing food home.
Dude, there was a couple of places and trucks by UEW that were fucking off the chain. And like whenever the truck has their special chili that just like specifically for them,
Yeah.
try them out because sometimes they're fucking amazing. There's this one truck.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's fucking amazing.
Don't sleep on taco trucks. I mean, like sometimes it's better.
You can pass on the street meat, the hot dogs. Like they're good, but it's fine. You're gambling a little bit, but yeah, taco trucks and taco cart, the pusher guys.
Well, not even that. Now we just got the fucking flatbeds they set up and fucking put the thing, just cook it up, set their tents up. And it's funny. I remember like every time I'll like be coming in from, it was like, fuck it, I'm gonna stop and get Carl's. Then right after that, I passed the goddamn taco thing and I'm like, damn it.
I just
Should've
saw
got some
Cliff
tacos.
Booth said, I didn't like Pinks as much as other people do. Carnies I liked better. They're both good, but I would go Pinks over Carnies.
I get the hamburgers at Pink, so those were delicious.
I didn't sit by you the last time we were there. I don't know. So you got a hamburger when we went?
Yeah, I always do. I think I probably got a hot dog too.
Oh, okay. Because I remember Kyle
was
got the fucking spicy one. He was sweating his ass off. And I'm like, he's good with heat. It was the Ozzy Osbourne one. That's when it just premiered.
Oh yeah. I'm excited to get back.
All right, I've had some great food truck tortas.
Fuck yeah, Torta.
Street,
right.
Street meat, yes. Street meat usually isn't expected, so it's a bit sus to me. Oh.
Yeah.
If the older the lady is that's clicking her tongues, the more I trust for some reason. She's got that abuelita vibe.
Are you guys fans of Indian food?
No,
Probably not, because I was gonna say we never went to one out that way.
My stomach's pretty racist. Only eats like two kinds of foods.
I'm an Indian and Pakistani food I love, but I will say there you have to get used to it. Sometimes it's not that it's any more spicy necessarily than Mexican
It's a different
food.
spice palette.
It hits you differently.
It's
yeah.
it's different.
It also comes out in your pores. Like, yeah.
No, that
I'm okay with it.
I like it.
not my thing.
I love it.
All right.
I'm hungry now, and I can't have a goddamn guava smoothie. You've depressed me.
I'm
At the
going
end
to
of
get
the
one just to pour it out. And then we go to Portello's just to piss bugs.
Dude, that we need to make a twofer.
I've been feeding for that though. Is it time to watch Congo yet?
I have an Indian Pakistani buffet not too far from me, actually. India, it's really, really good. Small, but again, authentic. It's a Pakistani family that owns it.
There are blueprints on the wall, like the traits. No, I won't do it.
There's this one place by the pad. I've been getting a little adventurous. Maybe I'll try it out. It's what is it? It's Mexican food, and then they also have shit. What's the other one? The other brown one. Fuck.
Are you asking the race?
Yeah.
What are you asking?
It's Salvadorian. I think that's what it is, and they have
okay. Yeah, well,
because it's similar, but it's got like different. Yeah. I think it's, or is it Puerto Rico? I don't know. Some other brown. By the house.
I had some good food in Puerto Rico and Jamaica. We went off the beaten path in Jamaica, and I had some good shit. Some like, there's you can get Jamaica.
Get some good shit off Jamaica.
Okay, my fucking so Belizean is my other half. And dude, oxtail and rice and beans, but it's I forgot what I forgot what the actual term's called, but it's like kidney beans and the rice. I will fucking murder that shit. There's a Cuban style one, there's a Jamaican style one. They're all kind of similar. I will lick the fucking bowl clean, dude. It's so good.
Red beans and rice, just in general. I mean, so good.
How did we get on this?
We did like 40 minutes on food. You got the Food Channel bonus episode, but
we didn't really should say that. Got this.
Fucking, we know what's up.
That's when I was going to a bunch of different countries at that point, and I was like, I want to bring home smut from each one. And the driver that I had in Jamaica was so cool. He was just, I was trying to, like, without going out and saying the P word, I was like, where is there any like adult things where I can get like adult gifts? And he didn't like quite understand.
That's you're the Thanos of porn.
I just wanted to bring it. I wanted to bring it back, like just something.
I respect that, Dan. That's actually pretty cool.
He wanted to see what was legal in that country.
With my poker group, I was just like, where do I go? And he didn't quite get it and then he's like, it clicks, and he's just like, oh, you mean like dildos, man? And I was just like, well, not dildos, but yeah, like some smut. And then I got to go to a smutty shop in Jamaica, which I thought was really cool. And it's funny, you go
big black dildo.
No, I did not. But so when you go in, like one of the first things you see, like it's like this like wood carved statue. I don't know what of, but it's like got like this like 30 like inch like phallus on it. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. That ain't going into a human woman, I don't think. But
I've seen some videos where I didn't think things would fit, and they do. So shout out Caitlin Katsaros and what? Oh fuck, the famous one. She looked like Jim Henson. Like you can see the fucking things in her stomach. What the fuck is? Oh, Hot Kinky Joe. That's that bitch. You guys can Google it if you're of age.
This guy was so cool. He was talking about, he drove Cedric the Entertainer, who has I think a house out there or something, and he took us to like some of these hangouts that they went to. And oh, dude, if you ever go off the beaten path, which is Jamaica's, like I thought it was great. Like the people were awesome. Off the beaten path, though. Don't stick to the touristy places. What'd you find?
I was still looking for the picture. I'll show you. You'll know what I found from my reaction. Why I reacted. There we go. Yeah, let's see.
XPW.
Oh,
I saw Caesar's extra friend. It's looking extra big there.
Supreme.
But yes, there we go.
Okay. And that was during Supreme's Hall of Fame induction.
Yes,
that was fucking cool.
Oh, that's awesome. I never saw that photo. I don't think.
Really?
Sage there in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that photo.
No,
That's
I
really
don't
cool.
well,
I was glad I got to meet. Well, again, meet him and actually talk to him.
this is as close as you guys are getting me dressed as Rob Black. That's all. I don't remember this photo being taken. I don't remember anything about it.
Was it Hellbound?
This is Hellbound.
Yeah. Okay.
That wasn't the one that I was at.
No. This is
what
the
I
one
wasn't
where
at.
he went full. That's where the term came.
You do look like you were in outer space. Thank God.
There's a picture. I haven't brought this up to Rob. I don't know if he knows because I was so drunk the first time I met him. And it's weird. Like I'm not wearing the fucking costume, and I took my picture with him.
Oh, was this?
I was drunk.
This when he was working UEW, or was this?
Yes.
Okay.
Hellbound to Hellraiser 2. No indie fan. It was a wrestling show. UEW Hellbound.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Hellbound. Where it was CCW, where the light tube on Kruger.
Oh yeah, that was Crimson Cup 2.
Yeah, I still feel bad about that because I wasn't expecting JD to come up and I wasn't prepared. So luckily Kruger wasn't hurt too bad. So
fucking won the thing.
He did. In spite of my assistance in breaking a light tube on his balls, he still soldiered on and he won the whole damn thing. So, so gentlemen, it's been awesome talking food with you. We hope all you guys enjoyed the Food Network bonus.
Started working on my Fanta. I'll be feeling good in about 40 minutes.
About to. I just want to eat something.
I do want to eat something. That's why I'm rapping. Not a guava smoothie, though. But anyways, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1. When I get down to California later this year, maybe I'll just have the guava smoothie stream. Dan's Cabana.
I will join you in that.
You guys can Uber there.
It's fucked up, Todd. Dan's Cabana. We'll do it like old school.
I don't know if I like that name. We can.
Yeah, you don't see. This is why I can't with Dan. Why is everything got to get named after him?
It's a segment. I'm the one enjoying the guava smoothie that you made fun of.
So I'm not there.
Yeah, exactly. Well.
Oh, well, hopefully you're there for that. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I am, though. I got you.
Pug's Cabana.
I don't want a cabana.
I don't need the glory of the cabana. It's fine. I just want the guava fucking smoothie. But anyways.
Dan's
on
camp.
That note,
that's what I want. Camp Dan.
On that note, guys, be sure to join our Discord as well. There's a lot of food stuff in the Discord. So if you like food, that's free. Check that out. Patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. That all starts at just $1, and we appreciate it. If you are a patron, it definitely helps. And you can, almost all of the Femme Fatales are up, but there's still more coming. Check that out. And we will see you back here next time. Have a good one and come again.
Wrong show, Dan. Good night. Good evening.
Every show now, Todd.
I'll see you in Disneyland.